O assembly of jinn and men, if you have power to pass beyond the zones of the heavens and the earth, then pass them, but you will never be able to pass them, except with authority from Allah. Then which of the blessings of your Lord will you both jinn and men deny? There will be sent against you smokeless flames of fire and molten brass, and you will not be able to defend yourselves. Then which of the blessings of your Lord will you both jinn and men deny? We have hitherto related the hadith of Abu Shurera, that is related and for Sunan. In it, the Messenger of Allah said, indeed, the hour will not arrive until you see 10 signs. He then began enumerating them until he said, and the last of them is a fire, them will fire them. And the last of them is a fire, them will emerge from the floor of Aden. It will steer people to the place of gathering. This fire will steer those who are present and alive at the end of times, steering them from all regions of the earth to the land of Asham, Syria and surrounding areas, the land of the gathering. The mention of the fire and how it will gather the people to Asham, that the Messenger of Allah said the people will be gathered upon 3 groups. They will be hopeful and fearful. There will be 2 on a camel, 3 on a camel, and 10 on a camel. The fire will gather the rest of them. It will be with them in the day, wherever it is they take their noon nap, and it will spend the night with them wherever it is they spend the night. In the narration of Ahmad asked the Messenger of Allah about the first signs of the hour. He said, a fire that will gather the people from the east to the west. On the day of resurrection, people will be gathered into 3 categories. Reported that the Messenger of Allah said, the people will be gathered on the day of resurrection, and they will be of 3 kinds: a category that will walk, a category that will ride, and a category that will move on their faces. The companions asked, O Messenger of Allah, and how will they walk on their faces? He said, indeed, the one who made them walk on their legs is capable of making them walk on their faces. With their faces, they will shield themselves from every high place and every thorn. I heard the Messenger of Allah say, indeed, there will be hijrah, migration. After hijrah, people will betake themselves to the place of Ibrahim's migration. None shall remain on earth except for its most evil inhabitants. Their lands will expel them, and the fire will gather them with the apes and pigs. It will spend the night with them wherever it is they spend the night, and it will spend the day with them wherever it is they take their day nap, and it will eat those who remain behind. Reported that he heard Abu Dar recite, and we shall gather them together on the day of resurrection on their faces, blind, dumb, and deaf. Said to me, indeed, the people will be gathered on the day of resurrection in 3 groups. One group will be fed, will be clothed, and will be riding. Another group will be walking and striving, and the angels will drag another group on their faces. We said, we know these 2, but what is that matter with those who are walking and striving? He said, Allah will send death to mounts, until there remains no mounts. A man will give his attractive garden for a camel that no longer gives of milk, upon which is what is placed on the hump of a camel and below the rider. Related that the Messenger of Allah said, they will be gathered here, and he signaled with his hand toward Asham, walking, riding.